The following is a presentation of the Missouri Sports Network.
Hello, once again, everybody. Good morning and welcome to Where Are They Now Wednesday. This is season 2, episode 38 here on Wednesday, December 4th. It is Christmas Eve. It's episode 90 overall, and a reminder that you're watching the original Where Are They Now Wednesday. Guy Newcomb alongside Kent Mueller from Playing on Sports, so don't be fooled by the Johnny-come-latelys or any other imposters who have long gone by the wayside. Playing on Sports and the Missouri Sports Network are your source for what Missouri high school talent does, not only when they're at the high school level, but when they get to the national stage of the NCAA. No one, and I mean no one, has more information for you than we do, and we appreciate you tuning in. Hey, and do us a favor. You've got friends and family around. It's Christmas Eve. Tomorrow's Christmas. You've got the holiday season going on. Just tell one person. Text them. Call them, tell them sitting across from the turkey or the ham or whatever it is that you enjoy to eat on Christmas. Let them know. Hey, because you never know. If you enjoy what we do, there are others in your circle that will enjoy it also. So are you ready? Hey, that's good, because Kent has done your homework for you. Kent Mueller, where are we going?
Well, we've been highlighting the accomplishments of Missouri athletes as they compete at the very highest levels of the NCAA: football, men's soccer, women's soccer, volleyball, and even field hockey. Both all-conference honors and those named as a player of the year. How many? Well, almost 200 of those athletes from Missouri have been so honored. And there's only one place you can get that information, and that is right here, chosen by their conferences, assembled by me to be enjoyed by all of our listeners. But today we move on to basketball. There are no season honors yet, but there will be. But before we get to enjoy the season, at the end, we get to enjoy the season as it goes along. And we're going to take a look at the 183 Missouri women who are on NCAA rosters. And today we will see what they have been up to early in the season. You will know the names of some of the athletes we highlight. They are the ones from your area in Missouri. Some played for you, some played against you. And those others, they are from elsewhere in Missouri, and they are representing your state very well. Some of these stories used to be told in the local press. Sadly, for the high school sports fan, that was becoming increasingly sparse. But no more. This is what we do here at Where Are They Now Wednesday. We saw a void in the coverage, and we heard from you that it was a void that needed to be filled. There are just too many stories that deserve to be told, and we will get to that started in a few moments. We are ready, and we'll get to the meat of the podcast right after these words from our sponsor.
Any given Saturday, and a little work, and a little play.
Hey, little help?
And a truck that says no to nothing.
Hi, Dad. Can I get them a ride?
Yeah.
The Silverado Trail Boss and Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
Leaders know there's no guide to greatness. When everyone else says something can't be done, they know it only hasn't been done. Yet. True leaders weather the fiercest storms and look deep within themselves to rise above and help others find their way forward. At Great Southern Bay, we're proud to partner with visionaries that help raise the tide for all of us. And when you're ready to bring your vision to life, we'll be right behind you with award-winning support.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start?
Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool.
On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate!
Hey, welcome back to Where Are They Now Wednesdays here on the Missouri Sports Network, MissouriSportsNetwork.com, where everyone has a home field advantage. And as always, the Missouri State Highway Patrol reminds us to take that 3 seconds and buckle up. It's 3 seconds that could save your life. Be safe, be smart, and be here for 2026. We head back to Kent Mueller from Playing on Sports to tell us a little bit about those women playing at the NCAA level.
Well, here are the highlights of Missouri women competing in NCAA basketball. Let's start with playing time. We all know it is hard to get playing time on an NCAA basketball court. There are only so many teams and there are only so many spots on each of those rosters. And it is even more difficult to get playing time when you are a true freshman. Only months from high school graduation and you are on a collegiate basketball court. Who makes up the Missouri talent who are getting on the women basketball courts as true freshmen? Well, Peyton Hill is out of Incarnate Word and is now at Eastern Michigan, where she is averaging 32 minutes per game. That is over 3 quarters. She has started all 11 games, and she is scoring 12.7 points per game, second on the team. She is also second among her teammates with 23 assists. She is hitting 36% from beyond the arc and is getting to the free throw line. What is better than getting to the free throw line more than anyone else on the team? It's also having the team's highest free throw percentage, 84%. Also getting a lot of playing time as a true freshman is Peyton's fellow 2025 classmate at Incarnate Word. In just a few short months, Nevaeh Caffey has gone from a Red Knight to a Hoosier. At Indiana, Nevaeh has started all 13 games for the Big Ten school and is averaging 27.5 minutes per outing. She is finding her range further from the basket by hitting 40% from the field, but 42% from three-point land, while connecting on 77% from the line. Her 29 assists are third on the team, and her 17 steals are the second most among the Hoosiers. After graduating from El Dorado Springs in May, Neely Schaff joined her sister, Reese, on the court at Central Missouri. Like her older sister, Neely has started all 12 games for the Jennies and is averaging 27.3 minutes per game. She is scoring 8.2 points per game with the help of her 41% shooting from three-point line. She also leads her team with 83% shooting from the free throw line, and the trend is good with Neely scoring a career-high 14 points in just 24 minutes on Saturday against William Jewell. Mariah Mayfield has moved from her high school home in Hannibal to her collegiate home at Westminster College, and it's obvious that she feels quite at home. She is on the court for nearly 3 quarters each game, and while that is fourth most on the team, she is second on the team in scoring with 9.3 points. She started fast with a 22-point game in her second contest against College of the Ozarks and also scored 16 on the road at Eureka College. I sense some big protection coming the Blue Jays' way. Maya Crockett went from as far east as you can go to play her college basketball, from Staley High to John Jay College of Criminal Justice in Manhattan, New York. The Bloodhounds are glad to have her. They have started her in 10 of her first 12 games as a collegian, and she has responded with over 26 minutes per game. She is averaging 6.8 points and 3.7 rebounds per game. She also has a team-leading 18 steals. Maya seems to be just getting warmed up as she has been in double figures in 3 of the last 4 games, with her high point production coming in her last game with 15 points against Farmingdale State. Just a few months out of Notre Dame de Sion, Taylon Smith is an integral part of Lincoln University's production. Her 26.5 minutes per game is a result of starting 10 of the Blue Tigers' 11 games. Like other 2025 grads I have reviewed, Taylon is getting more comfortable on the court. Her season high came just 2 games ago when she scored 13 at Emporia State. Akayla Kakelin moved north from Rolla to Webster University in St. Louis. Don't tell Akayla, but she is just a freshman. In her 24-plus minutes per game, she is the Gorlock's leading scorer with 10.8 points per game. Even as a guard, she leads her team with 5.3 rebounds per game. She warmed up as Webster entered December, scoring 17, 23, and 18 in the first 3 games of the month. She did that by hitting 13 of 27 three-point shots in that span of 3 games. I'm looking forward to her production when the Gorlocks return from the holiday break. Jordan Spicer has hit the ground running in Manhattan. The Lutheran St. Charles grad is on the court for over 22 minutes per game for Kansas State, the 3rd most on the team that rotates at least 8 women through the lineup. She is starting to find her range from the floor, but has knocked down 28 of 31 free throw attempts. That boosts her point average to 8.9, 3rd best among the Wildcats. The guard is also doing her part on the boards with 3.6 per game from her guard position. Jordan has shown her ability to score early, with 5 of the 14 games being in double figures. She popped for 19 points against Mississippi on 5 of 12 shooting from the floor and a perfect 7 for 7 from the free throw stripe. Boston Wand, just months out of Park Hill High, is working her magic with playing time per game at the 6'1" forward is pulling down 6.5 boards per game, and her 54% shooting from the floor has garnered her 7.2 points per game. Her career high came just 2 games ago. That was a 16-point effort against Baker when she went 8 for 12 from the floor. Avery Rosh is another Missouri-grown true freshman, averaging over half the time on the court this year. The Lee Summit grad is now a Bulldog at Truman State. That transition has been smooth as she has averaged 8.1 points and 3.2 rebounds per game. Avery has already put together back-to-back double-digit scoring efforts. In that 3-game span against Arkansas, Fort Smith, Missouri Southern, and Rockhurst, Avery hit 10 out of 21 from the field. From the line, she dropped in 16 of 18 during those 3 games. Those 10 ladies are Missourians getting a lot of playing time in the NCAA as true freshmen, and they are scoring. The first 2 I mentioned, Peyton Hill and Brooke Caffey, both out of Incarnate Word, ranked 9th and 10th among the 68 Missourians competing in Division I women's basketball. So let's take a look at all the top scoring women out of Missouri competing in Division I women's basketball. High point for all Missourians in D1 is Mia Nicastro, the 6'2" forward out of St. Charles West, who is now at Western Illinois. Mia is 23 points per game for the Leathernecks. Her high was 32 earlier this season against Chicago State. Mia is hitting 53% from the field and 84% from the line for 9-1 Western Illinois. Mia has pulled down 45 rebounds in just the last 4 games to average 10.6 caroms per game. In just 1 season plus 10 games with the Leathernecks, Mia already has 749 points. Grace Slaughter has been playing like the Missouri Gatorade Player of the Year that she was back at Grain Valley ever since arriving in Columbia to be a Missouri Tiger. As a junior, she has a team-leading 19.4 points per game to go with her 7.3 rebounds per game. In typical fashion, at least for Grace Slaughter, Grace has been in double figures every game, with a high of 33 coming against Northwestern University. Just 14 games past the halfway mark of her collegiate career, Grace now has 1,095 career points for Missouri. Another Missourian scoring big for Western Illinois is sophomore Reagan McCowan, a grad of Lebanon High. After scoring 583 points as a freshman and 750 last year as a sophomore, Reagan is following that up with a 17 points per game clip this year as a junior. To go with all those points, Reagan is also pulling down over 6 rebounds per game. She now has scored over 1,500 points in her Leatherneck career. If she continues at this pace, she will become Western Illinois' all-time leading scorer sometime during their game against Lindenwood on February 28th. Then she will have tournament time and all next year to add to that total. Reagan is soon to be the most prolific scorer in Western Illinois history. Cayman Beckemeyer is a junior out of Republic, now getting it done at Missouri State. Her 17.2 points per game leads the Bears as does her 8.3 boards per game. Those points are the second most in Conference USA, and those rebounds are good for the seventh most. I feel a major postseason award is coming for Kamen. The junior lit Central Arkansas up on Monday for her season high of 24 points, the fifth time she came out north of 20 in the game. She also pulled down 14 rebounds in that game for her fourth double-double of the year. Julia Coleman is a junior out of Westminster Christian. She has started all 12 games for the University of Illinois at Chicago, shooting 51% from the floor. She is averaging over 15 points per game, second most on the team. Julia leads her team with 6.8 rebounds, 23 steals, and 14 blocks. All four of those stats have Julia in the top 10 of the Missouri Valley Conference. Another Missourian looking at some serious postseason recognition. Allie Turner is off to a great career on the Gonzaga hardwoods. The John Burroughs grad has done everything but bomb as she started every game since arriving in Spokane. She was last year's West Coast Conference Freshman of the Year. This year, she is averaging 14.6 points per game. Allie is shooting 42% from beyond the arc and a scorching .933 from the line. My sense is that the returning Freshman of the Year is at the early side of her career honors. We will conclude with a sister act, Imani and Ilani Bennett. They are juniors out of Lee Summit North, now at UMKC. Imani leads the Roos with 17 points per game, just ahead of Ilani, who is averaging 15.9. Two sisters playing almost exactly the same minutes per game and scoring at a very similar pace. But they do it in two very different ways. Imani is burning up the nets from beyond the arc, making 25 of 54 attempts. That is 463 from beyond the arc. While on the other hand, Ilani hasn't taken a shot from three-point land. However, she is shooting .614 from the floor, third best in the conference. We get to watch these two sisters go at it for almost 2 more years. Today, we looked at the freshmen who are getting a lot of playing time and also those Missourian women who are lighting it up on the scoreboard in Division I. We have a lot of season to go and a lot more Missouri athletes to tell you about. Next week, we'll get to the men from Missouri who are competing in NCAA basketball. There are 226 Missourians competing in NCAA men's basketball, 68 in Division I, 81 in Division II, and 77 in Division III. Where are they from? Many different schools from all over the state, both big and small, public and private. There are concentrations from some schools. There are 9 schools with enough grads playing in the NCAA to field a starting lineup. Cardinal Ritter, Chaminade, and Christian Brothers each have 6. Schools with 5 competing in the NCAA are DeSmet, John Burroughs, Kickapoo, Vashon, Westminster Christian, and Whitfield. These men compete all over the country, and we will bring all of that to you throughout the basketball season. Next week, we'll take another look at what Missouri talent is doing in the NCAA, and we will focus on men's basketball at that time. And a message to all of you sports fans out there, want to know who's really making history on the high school fields in Missouri Milestones and Missouri Milestones, the podcast, your go-to source for celebrating the best of the best in Missouri high school sports. We're not just talking scores and highlights. We're bringing you the most extensive list of athletes from across the state who've reached career-defining milestones. We're talking 1,000-point scorers, 4,000-yard passers, and those with 1,000 digs, past and present, plus many more statistics in other sports. And in each episode of the podcast, we sit down with one of these standout athletes to hear their story straight from the source, the work, the mindset, and the moments that made it happen. If you're a coach, an AD, an athlete, or a proud sports parent, this is the podcast made for you. Follow us on X. Connect with me, Kent Mueller, at @plain_sports, and Guy Newcomb at Scoreboard Guy, and never miss a milestone. Missouri Milestones and Missouri Milestones, a podcast, because history isn't just written, it's earned. As I said, these lists have proved to be very popular, so much so we added that podcast, Missouri Milestones, the podcast. That airs every Thursday at our new time, 9 a.m. What do we do in that podcast? Yes, we touch on what is happening with Missouri Milestones list, but the feature is an interview with some Missourian or Missourians who are on one of the lists, past or present. The last few weeks, we have heard from athletes from past years and athletes currently in high school just as they crossed career milestones for their entry into Missouri Milestones. And this week, we will have another interview with an outstanding Missouri athlete who has earned her way onto the Missouri Milestones list. You will get to hear from Michaela Burgess, a 2014 Webb City graduate who scored over 1,500 points before moving on to Pittsburgh State. Don't miss it. And when it comes to our Missouri Milestones lists and interviews, few say it as well as Megan Brinkman, the girls basketball coach at Centralia High.
Hello, this is Megan Brinkman, head women's basketball coach at Centralia High School, and a member of Missouri Milestones. Encourage you to stay informed by following @PlayingSports, @ScoreboardGuy, and @Missouri Sports Network on X. With updates on Missouri Milestones, shows, and interviews and scores updated daily, you will stay informed. So go ahead and give them a chance to earn your fandom. Thank you and have a great day.